Okay, so I went to the Mindvalley event, run by a guy named Vision. Sounds like Vision. And I wanted to journal about it. So the main reason for me going was to see David Ghiyam. Mainly because I like everything that he says online, but I wanted to see the man in person and see what his vibe is, and otherwise judge if he's legit or not. Because as most of my videos say, I think the entire spiritual community has been hijacked by snake oil salesmen and con artists and shit like this. So it was a long drive, and it was a two-day event. I had things to do at night, but like the first night they had like a mixer, and I didn't feel like going. The vibe of these people is very upsetting to me. Just the general population of LA spirituality. It's like I have this certain hat and I wear this certain, like bracelet. Like they pick a certain type of thing to be, and then they're that. There's no like independent thought. And then they just regurgitate the same shit you've heard yourself. So I didn't take a nice car up because I don't want to be I don't want to stick out at something like that. And more than anything, I just wanted to observe to see if anybody's really on it or not. There was the first day. I didn't get much out of it because the topic was about manifestation, and if you've read anything about Neville Goddard or The Secret or everyone is just regurgitating the same shit. It's the same thing you've already heard, you already know. There's nothing new. It's just packaged in different ways. It's like, am I the person who deserves this? Am I like thinking I want something but blocking it myself? It's like, yeah, fucking I know. So I didn't think that I'd get anything out of it, but I still come because I want to see. So if I can get one piece of information I don't have already, I feel like most of the people at the manifestation things would want to be where I'm at, actually. And not to toot my own horn, but also like that's what my life has been about. Manifesting exactly the life I want. So when you realize unconsciously that you've been manifesting your fears, then it's like, oh, why can't I just do the opposite? Then you just do the opposite. It's simple, right? So they were selling supplements, and the whole thing is just sales. So they had, one of the speakers was Adriana's Insurance. And I've met her son. Like, I've hung out with him. Like, he knows who I am. And I met him before I knew who she was. And I'm not going to make any judgment on the son or her based on that statement, but to be speaking at like a spiritual manifestation thing, I was like, not who I would pick. But I at least attempt to have an open mind. So I watched this lady talk about how she manifested her life and has one of the largest insurance companies, and at a certain point she lost her place, and instead of saying, oh, I forgot where I'm at, because I practice this speech a lot, she started crying, pretending that she's just so emotional as she's trying to stall for time. And then Vishen, the guy who runs the thing, was trying to help her find her place. Oh, tell me about this time that you blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, do you mean this? Tears dried up real quick, but I was like, what a good actress, right? Like every pause, she had planned every pause, and it was just, maybe it's too much to expect people to be genuine in a situation that, but also like she's wearing a red dress as if to tell everybody she's the devil, and she looks younger today than she did in 1993 when she started holding signs outside. It's just what are we talking about? What are we doing here? What are we selling? What is this? You know what I mean? And I guess if you just get blinded by success, you think she's still looking for it. Like, if she was whole, she wouldn't, like, at whatever age she's at, have her tits out on stage. You know what I mean? Like, she's still looking for something. The work hasn't been done. She might have hundreds of millions of dollars, but the soul is missing something. So, I noticed that, and I met someone the second day who was a Mexican girl, and she said the same thing. And she went further, actually. And I thought that she would just be brainwashed by everyone is just like, wow, you're successful, you do everything right, you must be great. I even saw Adriana talking outside, and she was like a diva. She was like being a bitch to the people that work for her. It seemed, I don't know. So that's one thing that, yeah, it's like that's more or less what I expected. So that's what I expected to run into here. And then after that, I bought their supplements, and then I was like, I gotta put it in my car. I get to my car, I'm completely blocked in. People have parked to the left, to the right, behind me, in front of me. Retarded people. Like, I have always talked about, like, where do you find spiritual people? You go to a spiritual meeting and you get these dumb cunts. They're so fucking dumb they haven't figured out how cars work yet, and we're expecting these people to reach higher levels of consciousness. It's like worse than an NPC. You're like in the way of progress. Like, if you're so fucking dumb, like, instead of parking neatly in a row, you just do whatever the fuck you want. If there's an emergency, what happens? How do you even get out, dumbass? So, like, I see how the parking situation is, and I go to complain. And then I find the guy who owns the studio lot. This is a movie studio in fucking downtown LA. I run into him. He spoke on stage, and I was like, hey, fucking, like, I'm blocked in. I have somewhere to be. I'm going to change my plans because I don't have a choice. And it's like, maybe there's a reason I'm supposed to stay. And then he, like, takes inventory. He's like, yeah, like 7 or 8 people have to move, and, like, they have to move it. It's like a Tetris piece. It's like a satanic jigsaw puzzle. The right person has to leave for the other person to get out. And then I'm thinking, there's this gala, and wherever the fuck it might be. I might have to stay in LA. I might have to get a hotel room to fucking live there now. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm staying. When I get back outside the parking lot, some guy's trying to park, and he's like, hey, do you know where lot 4 is? I'm like, no, I don't work here. It's like, well, they told me to go to lot 4, and I don't see it, and there's a fence over here. I was like, so you want me to open the fence for you? He's like, yeah, do you mind? I was like, I don't care. So I open this fence, the guy goes and parks, and then, like, more people come, so I just left it like that. It's not my problem. And then I go inside, and I find, like, an area that I was at earlier, but there's like there's 2 ladies that come by and say hi, and they're seated next to me, and the speaker's talking about qigong, right? So it's an auditorium full of people trying to control energy who have no idea how to control energy. It's like, do you want to be in that? And there was, like, a lady who was talking about, I forgot her name, but she did some type of meditation where she was asking for help, like having everybody meditate and asking help from some spiritual who knows what. It's like, okay, you're going to be conjuring spirits. I'll do it on my own, thank you. I walked outside for that. Then the qigong thing, I'm like, okay, I'll participate. Okay, shake in place. I'm like, fuck you. I don't. And then the guy I helped in the parking lot comes to sit next to me, and then we make eye contact. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he doesn't say anything. It's like, motherfucker, you just saw me help you in the parking lot. And he looks like fucking Pee Wee Herman or ventriloquist dummy, and he sits next to me. And then I guess he was with either it was his wife or his girlfriend next to him. And he was fake laughing and fake enjoying the event. Like giggling with his whole body. He's like, "You are in your 40s, sir. Calm down." And the amount of mask and bullshit leaking out of this man while they're doing energy stuff was too much. Like, we're supposed to make big circles and then move the energy, and then shoulder to shoulder with this motherfucker who's faking his entire existence. Like, clearly narcissistic. Clearly, I could feel it. He has shit energy, and now I'm like sitting here trying to like pay attention. Like, okay, you know what? This isn't for me either. I'll go to my car. I go to my car, and as I'm sitting there charging my phone, this lady comes out freaking out because she's blocked in too. And because I had met the owner of the thing, I was like, "Do you need help?" And she's like, "Is everyone in LA this selfish and this self-absorbed?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." It's like, yeah, like we started talking, and she's like, I was like, "Yeah, you know, spirituality looks like this. I have this certain outfit. I have this." She's like, "And the hats?" I was like, yeah, the hats. She's like, "It's cold outside. I'm wearing fucking." She's wearing a puffy jacket. She's like, "I'm from New York." It was cold. So she was talking about the absurdity in there. She was like, "I came outside feeling good, and then I see these motherfuckers blocked me in, and then I see where she's parked, and I was like, honestly, they could probably open the gate on that side. I'm stuck, but you can get out." And she's like, "Okay, thank you." It's like I didn't do anything, but she gets out. She comes back and thanks me again. It's like, at least there's one person who's not retarded. It's like, thank you. Faith in humanity restored. And then I'm sitting in my car thinking like, oh shit, I guess I have to go back inside at Joe Dispenza, and I don't want to see Joe Dispenza. His energy sucks. I think he's fake as fuck. I realize it could be without merit. Everything that he says and does bothers me. I read the same source material. I know where he's getting it from, and he's repackaging it, selling it. Maybe it's helping people, maybe it's not. I tried to do one of his meditations at a spiritual group, and it was disturbing as fuck. It's behind you! Why are you yelling that when I'm supposed to be, like, meditation in an auditorium group setting? Like, if you know anything about spirituality and spirits, this is a fucking terrible idea. It's fucking bad, because if you're a vessel and you have a low vibration, where if I get rid of a spirit, where is it going? Into the fucking empty vessel. Very, like, crazy lack of, like, spiritual understanding, these fucking group activities. But maybe it's me. So I'm sitting in my car thinking like, oh, I might be stuck here, and then kitty corner to me, like, this car leaves, the one car, and I could squeeze out, do a 100-point turn and get out. Otherwise I would have been stuck all night, because the right person has to leave in sequence. I would have been there till midnight or something. I forgot what I had to do, but I had somewhere to be. I was like, okay, great, out. Maybe for some reason I need to rent a movie studio at some point. The guy gave me his card. He's like, if you ever need me. I'm like, I don't think so. But thanks. And the next day, I meet this Latina lady in the parking lot. Like, I tried to hold the door open for her, but it was automatic, so I looked stupid. And then we talked on the way to the event. Then we sat next to each other. We're kind of exchanging ideas and our, like, past and history and what spiritual work we've done. And she's on it. Like, 100% this person is awake. She hated the Adrianas. She's like, that lady shouldn't have been here, and she was trying to pander to the Mexicans in the audience by saying whatever the fuck she said. And she's like, I didn't like that. And did you notice that she had yelled at Vishen because he was flustered when he came back? she yelled at him because blah blah blah, and she probably paid to be here because it's like a marketing thing for her. She wants people to buy her insurance. I was like, huh. So the fact that she was thinking for herself, I was like, okay, there's at least one in 1,500. So that's great. Now, the thing that I wanted to talk about was the David Ghiyam part. So this is the part that I was waiting for. So I stayed for him, and then I left right after. So he was talking about how he picked his investors for Mary Ruth Organics. He was talking about how they interviewed, and then he's like, show me the person who's doing worst in your portfolio. I want to talk to them. And then he interviewed the people, the high ups at the bank, because he's applying Kabbalah principles. So like, he's looking at what is your soul correction, what is your tikkun, because if your soul correction is you're going to lose everything to humble you and to show you meaning and value in life, he doesn't want to attach himself to that. And then when he said that, I was like, oh fuck, like I've learned this on my own in business. I've seen this myself. Partnering with people who need to learn how to treat money, people who lie, cheat, and steal to get money, you know what I mean? Like those types of people who think that it works in the opposite manner that I think it works, actually. Exact opposite. So there's that, and then I was thinking also that I had a couple of instances where I've learned this, because I started journaling to learn about spiritual laws, and then I just started journaling to journal. I don't even have anything to talk about. The last few is just like, I feel guilty about not saying anything, but I haven't learned anything in a while, so I've just been like, fucking, I guess this is what's happening. But these are spiritual laws that have helped me in life. So one thing about the money, and I have been observing people's soul corrections. I've been like, the good thing that I've gotten from David Ghiyam is like just defining a concept that I've already understood from the universe. The universe gave me the lesson, and now I'm like able to discuss it in a more concise manner. And I imagine we'll get better as I go. So, ceramic break, sorry. So, David Ghiyam, I think, is legit. And what I was thinking, I was like, okay, I learned that lesson. I applied that in my life. Yes, that works. That's why when I mixed money with that person, that's why it went bad. And that's why things keep going bad for them. And then people that I think deliberately lie, cheat, and steal in business seem to always be partnering. They don't do anything alone. They're always mixing their money because it's kind of hiding or masking the negative effects that come from the way they treat people and money in the spiritual world. You don't get away with it, by the way. The longer it takes, the worse it gets for you. Now, here's the other thing that's kind of attached to this. So this is something that I learned on my own, and I don't know where it's kind of related, is because think about kings and princes. How many, like, Marcus Aurelius was the greatest king. He was like the priest king. He invented his own religion. And his son Commodus lost the entire Roman Empire. So if you're given the opportunity, if you're given the responsibility that you haven't earned, you're meant to lose it. So there's a difference between Alexander the Great and Commodus. He was like taught by Aristotle or some shit, Plato, I don't know who. Like he was being conditioned for the job before he took it. Never mind all the gay sex and possibly being poisoned to death at the end, but there's a difference. So I know someone who built a house, and the architect or the designer they used has like a special needs child, and they're a nice guy, and the person wanted to give them a chance. and then the guy completely fucked up like this beautiful home, like it had to be redone. And then, you know, I experienced something like this recently with this car. Is I knew someone who needed work to do PPF, to do paint protection film, and his job canceled, and he's sitting around and he's like giving me, I'll give you a good deal, like come, like help me out kind of thing. And I know people that do a really good job and would hook it up because it's my industry. So I ended up giving the job to this guy, and he fucked everything up. Every single panel has to be redone. Everything that he did, like, it looks shitty. There's stretch marks, there's scratches. Like, how do you deliver a car scratched? It was brand new and it took 6 weeks, probably 2 months total. It's like, I'm paying $7,000 a month for this car, and it's just sitting here while you're fucking trading coins online. You motherfucker. What kind of piece of shit are you? And then I realized, it's like, this is my fault because he hasn't earned the right to work on cars like this. If it was up to his own merit, he didn't have people handing him work, he'd be working on shitty cars. And for shitty cars, you can get away with doing shitty work. On a car like this, you cannot get away with it. Every single panel needs to be done. And this is after he had it for 2 months. So I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. I could have noticed. It's like, this guy hasn't earned the ability to work on high caliber cars. So is it his fault or mine? It's one of these things that you learn after doing, and it's like, oh, I saw that happen in the real estate thing too. That guy hadn't earned his position to work on a house of that caliber. He'd never done it before. So these are the, you know, it's not the most important lesson, certainly, that I've had in life, but it's like, oh, this is solving a problem that has been recurring in my world for quite a while. And I've always felt the need to try to help people. And when it goes wrong, I'm always like, hey, what the fuck? Like, I tried to help this guy pay his rent, and he didn't give a fuck that he delivered the car looking like shit. His incompetence is his problem to deal with for his life, but it's my fault for engaging in it. So I have to get everything redone, which is not a big deal. Like, I'll do it. But like, what the fuck, man? So I initially had started journaling to kind of like put everything that I've experienced into perspective, to confront my shadow and my subconscious, and to discuss the things that I learn and I apply in life. Because I've earned a lot of wisdom, and I think it's your responsibility to share it, for free, mind you, which is something David Ghiyam talks about. So again, another vote for him. See a man and woman play fighting by pretending to punch each other in the face. Anyways, is there symbolism there? So, not that you don't help people, but definitely when it comes to like something that you need done right, you get the people that have earned, you know, their position in society or in their industry, that do good work, rather than help someone get to the next level. It's not my responsibility to be handing out chances to people. So the guy who did this, I think, is struggling still. Surprise, he's just incompetent. And I don't think I'll be seeing him around anytime soon. But like, even if I asked him to fix it, like, he doesn't have the ability. He's not capable, which is very frustrating. So yeah, I mean, that's That's a lesson I just learned. I apply it to the same thing. It's on the same path as this. Just because my old business partner had it, like the unhealthy relationship with money. I've had exes that have done it. Like they think they don't realize money's energy, and that their own shit energy is preventing the money, and they think they have to do something in a gray area, flirt with someone, or fucking cheat someone, or lie, or whatever. It's like it's not how it works. At least in my experience. What do I know? I must be doing something right. I might not be 100%, but I have some shit figured out. So I think that's it. I tried to journal about this earlier. It was an hour long. If I could get the same information out in half the amount of time, that's great. It means I'm getting better at describing it. So I'm in Kabbalah classes. I don't always go. There's class tonight. I still listen to it online, but what I'm noticing is even the people that study it and like are group leaders in Kabbalah, a lot of them seem lost because there's a difference between learning the stuff in a book and experiencing it in the world and coming to your own. Like, I felt like I was in the fast track of spirituality because I had ignored it my whole life, but once I became aware of it, it became my entire focus. I dropped everything to learn. And just like I'm extra competent at my work, at the type of work I do, I became super competent at this because it was my passion. And I have good discernment. I can tell when people are lying to me. I can tell when people are in it for the right reasons or have the right answers, or sometimes people have the right answers but they're cheating on the test, and you have to pay attention to see if they can do the work. So like the Adriana's insurance is like she failed. I have no doubt that person is not someone we should be learning spiritual lessons from, in my definition of it. So, and David Ghiyam passed, and that's hard to do for me because everybody else, like Robert Edward Grant, who he's discovering fucking math equations and discovering things about the pyramids that nobody's known for possibly tens of thousands of years, can't keep a fucking wife. I suppose neither could David Ghiyam. So there's like you have all the answers to the universe, and then still women can't be happy. It says more about women than anything, really. It's like you are dating Indiana Jones. What's your problem? The bee almost landed. Okay, I think that's it. That's everything that I wanted to express. I'm gonna do some work at home. Oh, I moved to a new house. Like I just by a cunt hair made it by 40. House, cars, all the stuff. Like I didn't realize. It's like, oh shit, I'm here. That place that we're trying to get always. It's like when I get here I'll be happy. When I get there I'll be happy. When I have this, it's like everything is going really good right now. And I had to remind myself, like, this was the struggle. The struggle was to get here. Just everything's fine. Just relax and enjoy it. I didn't journal from. I'm gonna start journaling from a balcony, I think. But I'm like pressure washing it so I can put comfortable stuff out there, so I can sit there, like, be outside but still be inside, kind of thing. So I'll probably, if I have things to journal about, do it from the balcony after it's cleaned up and ready. The only other things I think I've been learning is a squirrel. I don't know if you saw that. The shape's really weird. Anyways, looks like a baby. Has particularly buck teeth. Don't come in the street, please. I don't want it to die. You ever see The Sword in the Stone? Oh, he's got a friend. It's fine. They'll die together. Oh no. Well, they're fighting and almost went into the street. Okay, I obviously have nothing else to say. The squirrels are alive for now. I will see you when I have something to say. Other than that, take care of yourself. Or don't. I don't give a fuck. See ya.